Hello everyone, welcome to Genlog, a series where we take a look at older video games and compare their latest entry into the series to them. Today we'll be looking at a legendary franchise, A Legend of Zelda, and the game we're looking at, A Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild. Let's see if it holds that Zelda charm and still keeps modern gamers entertained.
The Legend of Zelda. One of the most recognizable franchises in all of gaming got its start in 1986 on Nintendo's flagship console, the Nintendo Entertainment System. The Nintendo Entertainment System single-handedly saved the video game market after the crash a few years beforehand. When the game came out, there was nothing like it at the time. It was one of the most influential games of its generation. And all it is a game about exploring your new world, finding hidden secrets, and saving the princess. It was a game about exploring dungeons, fighting enemies and bosses, getting new items to fight more enemies and bosses, all while getting more powerful until you reach the final boss, King Ganon. Then, in 1992, The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past came to North America. It was a game that improved on everything of the original Legend of Zelda. It was kind of like an HD remake or a remaster. Graphically, the game got better. Combat was better. Your character was finally given the name of Link. And you're exploring this new world, but it still feels semi-familiar from the original game. You're still exploring, going into dungeons, fighting bosses, getting new items, so on and so forth. But something felt different about this game. Maybe it's because it felt like the story was pushing you, or just graphically it was such an improvement from the original that this is the game people look back on and say this is what makes a Zelda game. This game has all the Zelda charm. This game was a masterpiece, considered one of the greatest games ever made, and laid the framework for every Zelda game to come. Then, in 2017, the latest entry to the series came. The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. It was critically acclaimed immediately. Graphically, it was the best Zelda we'd ever seen. The combat was awesome. You could glide, which basically was like flying in the game for us. The game got rid of dungeons and settled for what they called shrines, which were kind of like mini temples that had puzzles inside of them that you had to solve to get these orbs that would let you either get more hearts or more stamina. It worked in this game because of it being open world and there was so much to do. Having 9 dungeons in a giant world wouldn't really work. Finding shrines went from as easy as climbing a mountain and seeing if you could find one to sometimes they were just an island and you had to fight every enemy until the shrine would appear. Each shrine felt different than the last. You felt like you were really learning how to play as Link, as the shrines would test your abilities and see how well you knew the game. Getting the Master Sword in this game is so satisfying. You have to collect enough hearts to be able to pull the sword out of the ground. And when you do, it's just like you remember it from A Link to the Past. Like the president of Nintendo of America said, if a game's not fun, why bother? And that's just it. A Legend of Zelda is fun. It lets you play how you want to play. If you want to go explore your new world, go ahead. If you want to head straight to the final boss, the game even allows you to do that. You might not win, but the game allows you to do that. And the game wants you to play how you want to play. You want Link to wear outfits that let him sneak better. You want him to have outfits that let him climb faster. The game wants you to play how you want to play. If you just want to run around the fields, hunt wolves, get beef, the game lets you do that. And that's why The Legend of Zelda has always been such a successful franchise. It always pushes the envelope of what's being done and puts their own twist on it, and then adds this Zelda flavor to it. And that's why almost every game they've ever released for the series goes on to be Game of the Year, one of the best games of a generation. And this game is no different.
So there you have it. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is an amazing game for anyone. Loyal fans, newcomers, you name it. It's just an outstanding game that holds up to modern day gaming standards. So that's it from us. Tune in next week where we take a look at the latest Mario Kart title, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Let's see if this all-around party game is still fun.